What's up, dudes and dudettes? Let's go straight to the point, shall we? I got a story for you, a story you won't believe. It goes something like this. Once upon a time, Disney CEO Bob Iger, aka Uncle Bob, aka Iron Man, acquires Lucasfilm from George Lucas for $4 billion back in 2012. Lucas takes the money, but basically realizes later on that he gave his lonely child to an orphanage. The child being Star Wars, but you get the point. He has second thoughts and he's not ready to let go. Goes back to the orphanage to give advice on how to raise the kid and how he doesn't like the crust on his sandwiches. Lucasfilm politely shows Lucas the door and explains that the kid no longer lives here as he has new parents now. I'm gonna stop the analogy here, but you get the point. Lucas wants to be a consultant, but Uncle Bob has moved on as he has J.J. Abrams, aka New Spielberg, aka Hollywood prodigy, aka franchise resurrector, to handle the soft reboot / continuation of the Skywalker saga before he was even called that. Force Awakens comes out, we find out Han Solo dies at the end. Spoiler alert, too late, but come on, Muppet, this was 5 years ago. Come on, were you planning a movie night in 2037 or something to watch this and The Sixth Sense back to back for the first time? Oh, come on, another spoiler for you then. Bruce Willis was dead all along the whole movie. Boom, take that. Sorry. Anyway, in the end, episode 7 makes nearly $1 billion domestically, which is unheard of. Neither Avatar nor Avengers did that. Good score on Rotten Tomatoes. Honeymoon period doesn't stop there and goes all the way to Rogue One. Nicely received, but then JJ, who likes to resurrect franchises to bail out once the pulse is back on, does it again, and Kennedy gives the keys to the kingdom to newcomer Rian Johnson. Carrie Fisher dies on a plane from London, Christmas 2016. Super sad news. First time I cried since 1982 when E.T. came out. All of her scenes were shot, but the news are devastating. Biggest party pooper ever. Last Jedi comes out with Leia doing the Mary Poppins return again. Look, I have a love and hate relationship to this film. I love it as a film, but hate it for what it did to Star Wars. That is more damage than Jar Jar did back in the days. No offense, I'm at best nothing personal. I personally love your performance and the character you helped create. This is when it all went south. There was obviously no master plan, Kathleen Kennedy and Kevin Feige, and Star Wars is not the MCU. Mark Hamill is so bitter about the Luke Skywalker treatment that his character received that he starts to sound like his own take on the Joker. Uncle Bob greenlights a summer release for the Solo spin-off and the Star Wars magic is actually gone, even though it was produced by the House of Mouse, supposedly the Magic World specialists. How ironic. The movie flops, don't have time for the Lord and Miller awkwardness. I only have 62 seconds left. What? 62 seconds? I caught the beak. Excuse my French. But look up Lord and Miller. Type on Google Lord and Miller and Star Wars and you will see what I mean. Look up Josh Trank and Colin Trevorrow while you're at it. You will see the whole mess. You won't regret it and you will thank me for it. Pretty entertaining stuff. Okay, so Solo officially becomes the first Star Wars flop ever. Never give me the odds. Uncle Bob takes his phone and asks JJ to save Star Wars. I thought I already did that just 2 years ago, says JJ. Well, you gotta save it again, man. This time for real. You gotta secure the landing, Uncle Bob adds. JJ freaks out a little as he's better at takeoffs than landings. Lost Pilot, anyone? Do you remember? Versus the series finale? Purgatory and flash forwards, the whole mess, super disappointing. Enough said. JJ accepts because he can't refuse the challenge. He's thinking, oh, flip it. Why did I not reunite the three caballeros when I had the chance? Harrison Ford is alive, but Han Solo is now dead. Mark Hamill is alive, but Luke Skywalker is now halfway dead. And Leia Organa is alive while Carrie Fisher is completely dead. Oh no, no. In real life, no one's really gone. Since everything's true and Chris Pratt is right about the soul and everything. I mean the Force, the Jedi, all of it. It's all true, come on. But still, bummer. JJ takes the gig, does what he does best by keeping everything secret, and the rest is history. We're a few hours away from world release and yet we know absolutely nothing about it. Meanwhile, while most movie studios can't even dream of reaching $3 billion per year, Disney, who broke the record last year with $7 billion, now made $10 billion in 2019, and none of it thanks to Star Wars since Rise of Skywalker has not come out yet. There's so much pressure on this movie, so much pressure that I think JJ will need a little Xanax or two to cope with it. Time will tell if it's Super Bowl or Super Bore, but we all want something different from this film and no one will get everything on their checklist. Fan service, anyone? For instance, Kirk. I would like to see Ahsoka Tano as a cameo. I would like to see Anakin's Force Ghost reveal to his grandson Kylo that he was actually never the one talking to him. It was Mr. Phantom Menace himself all along. Once again, it was Darth Sidious, aka Palpatine, aka gnarly zombie breath, pulling the strings in the background. I want a huge scene at the end in a gigantic Sith temple with Lord of the Rings type statues of Darth Bane and Darth Plagueis. I want. What about what I need? Well, I probably need a shower right now, that's for sure. Way too excited for my own good. And finally, as all of this was happening and after acquiring Jim Henson, Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, Disney bought Fox the way I buy boxers at Walmart. And now that John McClane, Predator, Alien, Avatar, and Bart Simpson work for the mouse, Disney Plus can peacefully come out and provide new Star Wars stories for the small screen. First up, The Mandalorian. It's a hit, peeps. Get over it, trolls, haters, and grumpy Frenchmen on strike. It quickly became the biggest news show in the US. According to Pirate Analytics, just a few weeks after its debut, the series is the most in-demand show in the world across all platforms. After Mando, we'll get Cassian Andor. A Rogue One spin-off will start shooting in June 2020 in Europe under the leadership of Stephen Schaffer from the Americans. The pilot's writing will be handled by Tony Gilroy, who actually worked on Rogue One. They're actually talking of a spy thriller type series. So if Mandalorian felt sometimes a bit like a western, other times like a heist type thing, and Andor like a spy thriller, what's in the cards with the Obi-Wan series? Well, I think Obi-Wan will be borrowing elements from the Lone Wolf type story. Pale Rider on Tatooine, if you know what I mean. There will be a love interest, I'm sure. A Tatooine girl that would remind him of Satine Biker, perhaps? Someone like Amber Heard? I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. I want to see Obi-Wan versus Maul's live-action version of the iconic Rebels desert fights. Guys, it's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. The tide has turned. Thanks to Kathleen Kennedy? No offense to one of the best producers of all time, but no, it's no thanks to her. Or not entirely, at least. As we say in French, oui, mais non. If the shift is in the right direction, and if it has to be credited to one person only, it can only be one man. The one who literally stole the show, the one and only Dave Filoni. This cowboy has gone a long way since the rocky 2008 start with the release of the horrible Clone Wars the movie. Remember back when he was just George Lucas's protege? But then season 3 of Clone Wars happened with a darker tone and clever story arcs. Season 4, 5, 6, and Season 7 dropping on Disney Plus in February 2020, a month before Disney Plus comes out in France. Exciting times, dudes and dudettes. Then we get Cobra Kai Season 3 in April, but that's another story for another time. Enough excitement for one day. I don't think my armpits can handle it. Then Rebels happened and showed that this was no fluke or accidental touchdown. This is Tom Brady throwing Hail Marys and winning the big game with the Pats. Dave Filoni is like Tom Brady, while Kathleen Kennedy is more like Andrew Luck. Great potential, but something goes wrong in the finish. So now Lucasfilm is about to find closure with their Skywalker saga once and for all. The future of Star Wars won't be in theaters, but at home with Disney Plus. The same way Karate Kid 5 is not happening anytime soon now that Cobra Kai stole the show on YouTube. Do you want to bet that the pilot for Lord of the Rings from Amazon Prime alone will be bigger than the entire Hobbit trilogy? The future is bright, but the future is at home. Sure, I still want to move my tushies every now and then and take my family out for event movies such as Avatar 2 or whatever, but the best quality content is now streaming at home. Had Last Jedi and Solo been better, we don't know if it would have turned out the way it did, but c'est la vie, this is how it is now, and I'm just going to enjoy the heck out of all the upcoming streaming shows. What do you look forward to the most? Give me your top 5, come on, from worst to best, or least to most anticipated. Mine would be Andor at 5, Mandalorian Season 2 at 4, Clone Wars Season 7 at number 3, Rise of Skywalker at number 2, and the one and only Obi-Wan at number 1 with Amber Heard. Yeah, Amber Heard. What's yours? I'm curious. I want to know. Mia, if you're listening, come on, give me yours. Donne-moi ton top 5. Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to get your weekly dose of Star Wars with a Jean-Claude Van Damme French accent twist, and all in one place. What is there not to like? Come on, seriously. What? Oh, my French accent? Alright, good point. Okay, but it ain't my fault. I was born like this. Please support fightin'flix by subscribing, dudes and dudettes, and until next time, whoa! Just wanted to say that comes April 2020, I will be streaming live right here on fightin'flix, right in time for Cobra Kai Season 3, so stick around, don't go anywhere, and watch this space. Merry Christmas! I will take some well-deserved time off. Thank you all for your support this year, making this channel what it is today. 6 months later and 500,000 views, we're now bigger than ever. So to get weekly Star Wars news or Cobra Kai crazy speculation, please come back, and until next time, dudes and dudettes, and before I see you on the other side in 2020, the last time I'm ever going to say this year, live long, may the force be with you, and strike first. But not around Christmas, please, turn the other cheek instead, and strike first again, but in the new year, alright? If you really have to. Alright, gotta go, I talk too much. Kirk out.